Welcome to Classic Car Cave. So this video is on the Track Mini, and you will hear the very first startup of the engine. Now we have a little issue with a carburetor, with a Weber. We've got a bit of overflow from it. So when you hear it running, the first time we got it running, it's just the fuel that was in the bowl. Because if we put the electric pump on it, it actually is pumping out. So we need to take the manifold and the carburetor back off and see exactly what's wrong. But obviously, once we go and test the car, I'll do updates on that as well. But it sounds so much better. The engine, just listening to it, it doesn't sound as chattery or whatever. It just sounds much better. And that's it, not on full fuel. So, as I said, we've got a few things to tidy up just to make it just right. I've got an interrupter coming, a coil interrupter, so that we can put the maximum amount of revs in it, because what I don't want to see again is being over-revved with the gears and so on and so forth. So we've got an interrupter which will stop that. So I think it was £230, and it's the only way we can confidently stop because the problem is when you're running around these racetracks, the red mist gets on you, and you stop looking at stuff like whether the cooler fan's on or not. In fact, in this case, we're going to take the switch and have it live all the time, because in the heat of the moment, people forget, and I think that's been a problem as well. That hasn't been on, and a bunch of other things. Anyway, I did want to say, and I want to say at the outset, I think everybody's aware that this engine was built by JPE, which I think is Jeffrey's Performance Engines, or Performance, I guess Performance Engines. And I think everybody knows it was Paul Jeffries that built this for me. Now, it was sort of 5 or 6 years ago when I got this off him, but it hasn't done a lot of miles or kilometres. I would think, I did a quick rough calculation, it's probably 600 kilometres, 700 kilometres, so maybe 500 miles tops. Now, I don't want to ruin anybody's reputation or whatever, but Paul Jeffries himself has ruined his own reputation by not just doing my job, not just doing the job on this badly, where he left out the two of the four thrust washers, the two key thrust washers at the bottom or at the top, depending on how you're looking at the engine. He completely left them out. So this engine wouldn't have lasted much longer, and it would have done some serious damage to the crank, because those thrust washers are there for the end flow that needs to be in the crank, and they were omitted, they were left out. So I'm not ruining anybody's reputation. He's ruined his own, and unfortunately not just with me, but with some other YouTubers and other people that used to be in the same group. He's now taken himself out of our WhatsApp group because of the stuff that was going on. But I know of at least 3 more YouTubers, two quite well known and one not so much, but have all had issues with either what he's done or dealings with him. So I'm just saying how it is. This is the truth of the matter. Unfortunately, I think if you're gonna be a compulsive liar, or you're gonna lie, you should at least have a good memory. And he doesn't have that, because he likes the sauce too much and he forgets. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about it. It's cost us €3,000. I spent a shitload of money having the engine built from him in the first place, because he talked a good job. Anyway, this is where we're at now. It's all behind us. It's done. You know, it is what it is. It's you just have to tick it off to experience. But I know better now, so I'm just warning people that it's an experience. I should have talked to other people, but there you go. I was in that position. I would have rather have Max done it in the first place, but I would have waited 2 or 3 years. He had so much work on, and he worked at his own place at Magna as a research and development engineer for them. And he's been running the Mini. He's been doing the Minis for 45 years. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that's the situation. And so we've ended up spending another €3,000 on labour, engineering, and parts to get us back to where we are again. But I'm sure with Max's experience, now this engine is 10.4 to 1. And the maximum Rover ever maiden was 10.5. Obviously that was for economy and some other things. Now the problem is yes, you can have a 12.5 to 1. It's not a problem, but you need a specialised head. This is a mini Metro head, a standard mini Metro head. It's not had anything done, it's not ported in a certain way or whatever. So it's only good for that. So the compression ratio was far, far too high. And this is why we've had the issues with it. Anyway, like I said, the engine's in now. It's a couple of hours work tomorrow to get it going, before we can get it going. And we need to get it to a track or somewhere off the road so we can actually put some kilometres on it. Obviously, I'd like to get it up to 500 kilometres before we change the oil and do the filter change and check it all over again. We'll just have to see. It's towards the end of September. I think it's the... I can't remember now, but I think it's late September, Red Bull. But we've got to get it ready for then. That's the big deal. Yeah, and once we get it started, I'll let you hear it, and when we put it back together, and consequently in the next week or 2 weeks, when we take it somewhere to test it, I'll show you a video on that.